Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for joining. How are we doing today?
We are doing great. What about you guys?
Listen, we're stoked. It's Monday. I'm well caffeinated. Josh he's got himself a new little office, and he's got himself a little mini fridge that he's just stocked with bubbly drinks. And so
It's why I got an office, just so I could get a mini fridge and order unlimited drinks to it.
All right. So you two are the founders of PUF, which allows verified humans to create and launch meme coins on World Chain. I think we have the headline here is, what is it saying? Real human meme coins on World. Came up with the headline myself this morning, Josh. I thought real human meme coins seemed kind of fun.
You're creative on Mondays.
Yeah, that basically sums it up.
Yeah. My first question here is, what are the World trenches like? And how is it different from maybe the Sol or the base trenches?
Okay, so I think the main difference is all of the tokens launched on our platform is basically from real humans. Like there are no bots, no bundling, like nothing like that, since all of the trading is through our app, especially in bonding. So that there is no bundles, no bots, nothing like that. So it's much more organic, I would say.
What are the like dynamics that you see being like, less? Are there less rugs? Are there more runners? Like how does that actually play into the platform mechanics?
So currently, I think like it's similar amount of rugs, to be completely honest. Like human is human everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But
it's not the bots that are the problems of the humans.
It's the humans, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like everyone is here to make some profit, so you can't take that part out. But at least right here, you basically at least somewhat know who rugs and who doesn't. Like we have been live for over 10 months now, and some users that have been with us since day one already know like which users they need to avoid rugs basically. As for the runners, that there are some runners, especially projects that like try to create a community, but it's similar to other launchpads in that regard.
I'm curious I'll go for it.
Yeah, no, please.
Well, I guess, we started off the show bringing some of our biases to the table that Leighton, I think, did a good job to dispel. And one of those biases is that, you're targeting a subset of a market, right? There's a sense of being broadly on chain and publicly accessible is maybe a wider market than those who have been verified, et cetera. But I'm curious if that is a limiting factor on the interest that you're seeing in the app, or if the sort of focus and density of and trust overcomes that.
I think overall, it's not a limiting factor for us, I would say, because like yes, we are like limiting people, like we are having a higher entry, like higher barrier to entry compared to other token launchpads on Base or Solana. But the thing is, we have like people that really cares about how they behave, because like everything is tracked and we are thinking of implementing stuff about like trust score, etc. So everyone knows that if they do something, they have one shot. They can't create like just another wallet and just use it. So they have one shot to make everything right with their like wallet, their account. So they're acting more truthful and like just behaving better overall as a user base, I think, in my opinion.
And actually the narrative we found was, since the only verified launches, it's the human launch, the reputation becomes an asset, and you try to act accordingly. And we think that World Chain is like the closest to, network we've come so far to actually build Web3's promise, and that like unlocks a new class of tokens that the trust that Genesis, and it's all human. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious, maybe to go back to kind of the initial insight and why you decided to build a meme coin launchpad on World. Like what intrigued you by the ecosystem, and why did you see an opportunity here?
The main reason for us choosing World Chain was, like, for example, in let's say on Pump Fun, or like not to put like shame or put names, but like just saying that there are like many projects that are bundled, or like, for example, let's say Elon Musk tweets something and a bot just creates a token about it and other bots are buying it. Like humans doesn't have advantage, and they're in a disadvantage even. But on world, we are like giving the advantage back to real humans, because like only real humans can create tokens, and also like orb verified humans. But if you are not orb verified but you have world app, you can still trade those tokens. So if you are human and you haven't like get your orb verification yet, you still can have an advantage while trading those meme coins. So that was the main reason why we went with World Chain.
I'm curious about maybe some of the leading tokens that have come out of the PUF ecosystem, and then what, like, if you have a vision on the specific type of brands, tokens, meme coins that ultimately are going to be the best fit on your app.
Okay, so currently I think the top performing token is a fantasy football league token. Like they have their own like fantasy football league project, and other than that, like most are meme coins. Like that they don't have a real roadmap or anything like real product behind it, but they like gathered so many people around and they just created a huge community and they're just pushing the token forward. And as for us, I don't think we like specifically select one, like either product or meme coin. We are just here for everyone and everything they want to build, basically.
So it looks like that's trading at a $6.8 million market cap right now,
Yes,
which I guess would
exactly.
put it at number 2 on the Zora charts if people are.
But as a grander vision, I'd like to say that, we want to expand from, like a meme coin launcher to maybe a token or a coin launcher, and go, like as world grows, we want us to be a space where, creators can collaborate on meaningful projects. And we actually, not on PUF, but on World Chain, we have a couple examples like this. The Gold Project by Richard, for example. And so, it's just not just memes, but like a real world coordination that can drive real world impact, and the identity and the trust in the ecosystem by, it's just a real human network. We actually want this participation to be credible and like trackable, and like we aim to enable humans creating wealth, and like this wealth contributing back to humans. Well, this is a grand vision though, but it's a bit early. But we do believe that world actually allows us to do this.
Do you guys see kind of the internet capital markets excitement within the WorldCoin eco like we are everywhere else, where it's kind of this transition from, obviously the meme coin game still exists, but it's, people are getting increasingly interested by, real companies with revenue tokenizing. Like, is that something you see happening on World Eco, and is that something you want to enable on your platform?
I think that's something we would like to enable, and we are somewhat enabling with creator royalties, I would say. But like currently, I wouldn't say it's the meta. Like it's not the trend, but yeah, we are trying to figure out ways to like reward our creators, holders, and basically everyone in between. And also like we are using some of our fees, like 25% of the fees generated on our app, to buy back and burn our token as well. So I think that's something as well. But we are trying to reward everyone that's like that touched PUF in any way, basically.
Yeah, interesting. I'm curious what you think. Yeah, I'm on Deck Screener and just looking at the World Chain coins. And there's just like so much less, like, lower market caps across the board, so much less volume. It seems like, kind of looking at this, that there's a much less kind of degenerate user base potentially on WorldCoin. Is that something you think you need to go like actively nurture, or what changes to get you guys to kind of do volumes that are, look more like the leading launch pads on other chains?
I think it will come with time. Like currently, it's just such a young project overall. Like World Chain is such a it has great vision, but it's still in its early days, in my opinion. Like not many countries even allow it, which that doesn't make much sense to me currently, to be honest. But like in my opinion, it's just early days, and with more time, there will be much more liquidity overall in world chain, and with that, there will be more volume, more market cap, everything.
I mean, I just checked out the football/WLD pool here, which I believe that's the one we're talking about here, right?
Yeah,
That's the leading one.
yeah.
Just got a giga green candle here as soon as you guys came live. So I don't know if that's related or not. But,
I'm sure it did, eh?
No
must have
idea.
candled the
No
shit out
idea.
of it.
You
Yeah.
just manipulated the markets with that.
Listen, my hand. You saw my hands the entire time. I don't sit here and bid, but yeah, I think it is interesting. So, if we think, 'cause my next question was going to be, you guys have a token, and I think you sort of said there's some buybacks that are happening here, but we just saw Farcaster buy Clanker, basically saying, hey, token launchpad on our ecosystem is one of the value generating areas and we want to own it. Is your play here to be the token launch mechanism on World? Is that the right way to think of it?
Definitely. We are aiming to be the number one, like keep being number one launchpad on World, like as far as we can take it. Like we are planning on just growing the product, how we can make everything better for each of our users, and we are actively getting feedback from them, like in many channels, like both through our X or through Telegram. Like we are really easy to approach team, I would say, easy to get in contact team. So we are getting like feedbacks and just trying to implement them as soon as possible to both like grow and keep our lead as well.
I'm curious, have you guys raised money, or how have you sort of funded development so far?
So we had an ICO, I would say, like somewhat like an ICO.
Okay.
At our second month, it was like a public ICO. Everyone could just put funds in, and we sold around like 15%.
Okay.
And after that, like I think a month ago or so, we basically converted all of that to PUF tokens as well through a equity vote. Like there was a vote and it passed, so we switched to it. So currently, like there is no more raises, and we just got a grant from World Foundation, I think 2 weeks ago or something along those lines. So that's one of the main resources where we are funding the development overall. Also our revenue as well.
Can you just maybe put a fine point on what the business looks like? Like what sort of fees are you charging?
So
how
we
are
are
they structured?
okay. So as for the fees, we are charging 2% fees on each swap, but we also sold early trader plans in our first 3 months, I would say, or 4, and that basically cut the fees in half for the users who bought it. Out of those 2%, 1/3 of it goes to the creator of the token, 1/3 comes to us, and the last 1/3 is basically burnt, with buying PUF, like
Okay.
PUF buyback burns.
Very interesting. It's a good business to be in, Josh, if you can get people to come in and launch cool things. And yet that challenge of getting people to come in and launch cool things, I think it will be more and more challenging as the world gets more competitive here. But
just need the world meta to emerge and people will flock over there.
I mean, geez, this.
I think it will come sooner than later with how AI is like improving extremely fast. So like everyone will need real identification, like without showing KYC. So I think that's one of the main key points about World ecosystem overall.
Amazing. All right. Well, I do have many more questions, but I'm going to go think of those myself here, Josh, because I'm looking at a chart here that's just a launch pad on World. It's got a lot of room. I don't know. It feels. Anyways, I'm not. I don't.
Not a second time manipulation.
I don't know anything. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm like, God, can I do this on World when I'm live and pumping token? I don't have any exposure here, but I do like the launchpad business. All right. Before we let you go here, what's your pitch to folks who might be wanting to launch a meme coin and haven't thought about doing it on PUF yet? Give me the 10-second pitch.
Okay, I will leave it to YY here.
Well, that would be, I mean, I'd go with the narrative on world chain, but AI is blurring reality, and like if half of your counterparts might be scripts, the price discovery turns into manipulation, then it's not a welcoming on-ramp for people and maybe retail. So it's just value leaking back to bad actors. And you have if you're genuine about launching something and like maybe don't rug, like the quant kit, I don't know, and
if you don't want a rug, come launch on PUF. I got it for you there.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
That hits. That hits.
I'm gonna leave it there. I
That
appreciate you
hits.
guys hopping on and giving us a little look into your world. Definitely something I'm going to take a closer look at. But if you want to go give these guys a follow, you can just add their mini app on the WorldCoin. The World app, fuck man, all the language here is just screwing me up. The World app, the WorldCoin, tools for humanity, like I got a limited brain space here, y'all.
It's linked.
Yeah.
It's linked in their bio. I see it. So just go click that.
They know. They
know where their app is.
It is PUF Launch at PUF Launch on X. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.